What's up guys, I'm Mr. Audio, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how I like to create vocal chops. And personally, I think this is the fastest, cleanest, and best way to do this. Because I like to use vocals that are already in the production. I like to manipulate them in such a way that they could be used for a vocal chop. Now sometimes it doesn't always work, like if I have a melody in mind that I wanted to play, like I originally played it on guitar in this one track, obviously I'm going to have to find some one-shots that are close to that tuning and then spend some time tuning them in like a drum rack. I like to use Ableton's drum rack. It kind of makes it easier to play your notes, and then you can kind of arrange them like a piano if you so choose. Anyway, so if I'm doing it that method, I only like to make the notes that are necessary to put in that drum rack. But in this case, we're going to use vocals that are in the production, and I'm going to show you how to make a really easy, fast, super catchy vocal chop. And when I say catchy, I mean that song gets stuck in your head and you can't help but hum well after the song is over. Anyway, let's get into it. It's pretty cool. Let me show you. First, I like to start out with a new MIDI track, and I like to put Ableton sampler called Simpler on it. So let's just load up that right now. And then I like to take vocals that are already in the production, like I said. Here's what I'm working with.
Tell me how you feel, baby. Do you feel the same? Just to come play this game if you play it. Tell me how you feel, baby.
As you can see, it's a very nice pitched down female vocal. It sounds great for house music, and that's what this song is. Let me show you.
Tell me how you feel, baby.
You can feel that something's building up there. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So I created a new MIDI track, dropped Simpler on it. I've chosen my vocals. Now I got to manipulate them in such a way. All right, I chose to pitch these up an octave because they're female vocals, and maybe pitching them up will make them sound like a female and be more usable in a chop method because I like higher toned sounds for chops, if that makes any sense. They stick out more in a mix. So I usually like to make the tracks close to each other, so I copied this vocal down here, pitched it up, and here's what it sounds like after I made its own track.
Tell me how you feeling. Do you feel the same? It's to come play this game if you're playing.
A little artifacty, but we're going to use short segments of that for the chop, and I'm going to be drowning it in reverb on top of the reverb that's already baked into it, so you probably won't hear the artifacts. Once you have your vocal manipulated, you're going to want to throw it in Simpler. So you're going to want to load this box up down here and just kind of drag your vocal into it. Then you're going to want to put it on slice mode. Go down here and click slice mode. Ableton's going to slice every transient that it thinks it needs to. Like I said, it thinks it needs to. So it's up to you to go in there and manually place the markers where they should be. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really simple. You kind of got to do some trial and error. But let's do that and let me show you how I like to do it. All right, so once you're in here, you're going to want to find a space in between the markers. We get the magnifying glass and just zoom in, all right? Start at the beginning. As you can see, this doesn't start at the beginning. You kind of want it to start at the beginning. And let's just see what we got here. Obviously, that's not enough. Let's delete this. I like that so far. Okay, I don't like this. So as you can see, I'm just making the notes longer so that they're more sustained so they can hold a chop and kind of string together some sort of melody. And some notes will just be dead, like this one. You don't want to play that note. It's not really good for anything, but you can do this. That's too long. Okay, there's another dead note after that. Let's try. And then I remember I did this. So obviously this takes some trial and error and some monkeying around, but after about 2 minutes, you have a vocal that actually will work for a vocal chop. So now let me show you what that looks like. So let's minimize the track that we just were working on, and let me show you what I actually landed on. And so all of these are the notes. As you can see, if you just go up the scale, it'll play the whole vocal. Just like in like Fruity Slicer or anything like that, this is just a slicer sampler, and you're just kind of placing the markers manually to get a better vibe. You know what I mean? Anyway, so after that, you can kind of loop a section of the song and trial and error your way into a melody like this. And it takes some doing, but you'll get one pretty quick. Let me show you. So let's just play this section here. And as you can see, you could mess around for hours doing this. It's pretty fun. But let me show you what I actually landed on in the track itself. And as you can see, you could mess around for hours just doing that. And I know I could anyways, but let me show you another song where I use the same method to create another vocal chop. So the vocal chop actually starts pretty early on. Let me show you.
Don't forget about me and all the things I could give to you, baby. But I guess you can't see, making new memories with me. Don't forget.
And as you can see, it's pretty quick and easy to make these melodies with vocals that are already right for the production. They're already in the same key, they're already playing the right notes at the right times. You can chop them up and use them, manipulate them to create your vocal chops. Anyway, I hope this video helps. I hope you learned something. See you guys in the next one. Mr. Audio, out.